What's your name, Darren?
I don't go by any name.
I don't go by any name. Just go back inside, man. There's no problem here.
This is our streets.
This is your street? Is that what you said? This is a public street, man. This is West Lewis Street. You know that, right? This is West Lewis Street. You're aware? Go ahead, man. Your camera doesn't scare me.
It doesn't scare me
Obviously, it does if you're calling the cops.
because we got thieves down here scanning.
I'm not. Yeah, why would a thief come out here and broad?
Testing. Yeah, that looks like it's working.
So we've been asked to, every time we see a suspicious.
So you feel entitled to act like a Darren anytime you see
Right,
someone
we're just
walking down the
watching
street.
the video of the event that
Walking down
led
the
up to
public
the.
street. It's West Lewis Street.
Look at Free Man giving it away straight away.
Look at this guy.
I thought we'd just let people get in, watch the video, and take a look at the case. I wondered whether to record this one or just do a static recording. But
This guy accused me of
I
being a
thought the
thief.
conviction and the result
Let's
of
go
the
back
conviction
inside.
deserved a live stream. And
Make sure you got the flash on. Oh, good. Okay. Edward, appreciate you. Make sure the flash is on, dude.
hi, Cheeky Monkey. Hi, G Fields. Hopefully the video quality.
You want me to turn around for you two or what?
Well, we'll look at the case in a bit. I am Poster 7. I thought we'd just take a look at the actual incident to begin with, which is still up on his channel. I do like it when they he is out of jail at the moment. I am Poster. So this is where it happened. The old classic. California Day today, because we've also obviously Bay Area Transparency was arrested earlier this month on the 11th of August, I think, for a trespass in Oregon. There is no video.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. What do you take pictures for?
Just everything.
For everything?
Uh-huh.
See, this is all for your.
I can't really get into details.
All for your rights. All for your rights.
For sale?
The problem with these
Can't get into it.
retards is that they're going to get
Have a good day.
rights restricted, if anything. In my view, it's not at all for the rights. It's for the money. That's why they do it.
Where you going, man?
The background noise isn't me breathing, but it's the wind on slow
So the guy said he was going to
counties
call the cops.
event. I don't know.
Yeah, that
Maybe
looks over
we're
here.
skipping the speed up a bit here. Let's skip it up to 1.5 or even 2.
I'm on West Lewis Street in Ventura. I think it says it in the title, doesn't it? I say Ventura in the title. Guy came out of here. What's up, Steven? Jonathan? Jeezy? Guy came out of here. Started.
I wanted to go just have the whole incident because we can watch what led up to
JT, how's it
the
going?
charge together.
Cameraman, K2. What's up, K2? Chris Brewster.
How is everyone anyway?
So yesterday I watched a
suppose.
stream off a sheriff rolled by over at Airgas. What's up, Paul? A sheriff rolled by, didn't stop, But as soon as I shut the stream off,
I suppose while the action is a little
Sorry, Darren, come
dull,
start taking my picture.
I should ask you to take your finger and
What's going on, everyone?
put it
Ooh,
onto
good
that
work.
like button. Morning, Randy. Morning, Internet God.
And then he went in here. He went in here for something.
Morning, Big D. Morning, Vic Ferrari. Morning, Alex. Morning, Timo Cusella. Morning, Bendover. Morning, Edward Katia.
Yeah, he got pretty butthurt.
Morning, I am Poster 7. Morning, Retired Road Dog. Ben
What's up?
C. Elliott's morning,
Good news.
Sasquatch. Morning, G Fields. Cheeky Monkey,
For the
J5.
Observer News Daily.
James Joseph Freeman. Morning to you all. Right, how far are we through this? Because I know the time that it happens. Still a little way to go until we have the
No sticker? No, I thought anybody. Oh, I have nothing to do with these companies, for sure. How we doing, man?
just hand that guy a business card. Slow for slow.
I don't know what he was talking about. Hey, if you guys see me in public, I'll give you a sticker. Free shipping on the stickers.
Obviously, I
Go
did
to link
this
in one of my-
video on this
in the
guy
description of one of my
when
videos.
for a traffic
Free
offence, which I
Not free stickers, free shipping.
probably wasn't a traffic offence. It was
When,
probably a cop.
when Darren's attacked. That's funny.
Believing
Mad
it was a
Matt.
traffic offence, but wasn't a traffic offence. But he was slow
Lord.
because he showed his
You
details.
guys pick.
So if we didn't already have his details, he definitely
Yeah, there's a
gave
guy
his
giving me grief in the
details
beginning.
in that
Said he was gonna call the
video.
cops. Took my picture, kind of tried to surround me. You know, when they get all close to you and start taking your picture. He did one of those.
Well,
this is a private
Curry,
street.
2 times just
West Lewis
watching
is a
him
private
wander
street.
about in this private business. I mean, California is quite liberal on its trespass, so he can possibly be there.
Came out here.
Is California? I don't know. I could possibly.
Came out of that door.
Hang on. Let's.
Said the police are on the way.
Police are on the way.
Holy me.
Let me just go
How's it
back
going?
to
Charles
that
Miner,
sign.
F.UK.T, Samuel.
Where
Matt
was it?
Trees. Crystal clear audits. Came out of that door.
Oh, missed it.
Came out here.
There you go. 280 West Lewis Street, Unit B. I can get a town for you. Well, I know it happened in Ventura, so.
Came out of that door. Said the police are on the way. Holy me. Word of mouth. How's it going? Charles Miner, W.K.
We'll look at the charges in a
Matt
bit.
Trees.
I thought we'd
Clear
just.
audits. Larry Fox, Captain Rob. Thanks for being here, everyone. Appreciate you. So maybe this guy got educated over the phone. Not sure. Matt Winter, owner.
So he
Hey,
threatened with
Joe.
mace there.
Junior Sewell.
Private road.
Border Patriot. Katie, Eric D. Johnson, Charles Miner, William W.
I'm going to take the speed back to normal.
Well,
Threatening of mace
let's keep going
there.
down the street.
12 minutes in. Shame he isn't showing us the guy himself. Darren. He calls everyone Darren's. It's because people do not like invasive videography, especially if you're an arsehole with them. If you wanted to go and film there and actually talk nicely to them, they may well let you. But
Dang, there's a lot of electric companies out here, guys. Tons. I've seen over
thanks,
10
Alex.
electric
Use of tear
companies.
gas
They're
except
like
for self-defense.
on every corner out here. What's going on in Ventura?
But we're
They need
for
so
anyone
many
who hasn't
electric
seen the
companies.
video, we've spoilt the surprise. But I suppose
Crazy.
he's in the California crew, and they do like to use their mace. I don't know. Oh, hi, Anon. And Peanut 411. And Rush on
Mr.
by.
Cronny.
And Art Akuto, who seems
Mr.
to have
Chrono.
creeped in. Do I go back up to 2 times? Let's go back up to 2 times.
Thanks, J.R. Sewell.
I've
Oh,
got
dang,
to keep
cameraman,
an eye on the time because I
Cameraman is on, I
don't want
appreciate
to miss the mace.
Where's this place? No scanner today. I need that big one, the new one I got is kind of bulky. It doesn't have a clip on it, so I need to figure something out how to like attach it where I can hear it. Tiny T and Time Troll. Sony's. It's under fluffy.
I mean,
So I'm out here in Ventura. I had a guy come up and, of course,
what right
went-
is he
initiated
proving
Darren mode
here?
almost immediately. When
I just
told him
don't
I
get
couldn't
it.
discuss why I'm here.
Apart from
He's like,
the
Darren
clicks
mode
and
initiated.
views.
Like a transformer. Darren mode.
Well, it's nice to see one of them in California get
You
charged
chilling? Thanks, I'll try.
for using
Never know
their
with these
mace and it be carried through.
Initiating Darren mode.
SJS. I mean,
Michael, what up?
that's new to me. I don't know.
Was he a violent Darren
I
or what?
haven't seen that channel.
Laura, you doing? Illinois Observer. A KB Mag.
Hi, Hank.
Hello. Welcome to the live chat.
Aidan Umpherson.
What, the steel company over here?
Right, where are we up to? Not long to wait now. I mean, I suppose he's stopped at the entrance to that place. But is the road private that he's on? Who knows? I mean, California does have liberal laws on trespass, so.
Dang, I want to see him play with some steel.
And of course, the retards in the other parts of the country.
Beanie Jones.
They think that the law is the same wherever they are, which of course it isn't.
Go get some steel.
Different sovereign states.
No, you're good. Thank you. No, I'm not with anyone.
So it's attracting further attention.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. You're good.
It was quite polite to them, I suppose.
Appreciate that.
Does anyone know if Good Citizen News is out of jail yet?
All right, let's go back to where Darren was.
I'm sort of hoping that he gets transferred to county because then we should get a mugshot. He was spending the night at Pasadena PD.
Tennis ball.
Thanks, Anon.
That guy was cool. I appreciate people like that.
We've actually been looking at.
I know, huh? Lock me in the gate. you chilling? Hey, come in here. You want some
not
candy?
Not going to speak now. I think we're almost.
Come through the gate. Boston vlog.
He's another great cameraman.
No spamming, please.
Isn't actually showing us.
Ooh, coating and sandblasting facility. Dang.
Right, let's go back a bit.
Boston vlog. No. I know, huh? Lock me in the gate. you chilling? Hey, come in here. You want some candy? Come through the gate. Boston vlog. No spamming, please. Ooh, coating and sandblasting facility. Dang.
So he didn't actually capture the incident. I know we see the guy rolling around a bit.
I don't know. Darren's over there. He might still be in Darren mode. Maybe he downgraded. He might have transformed back into citizen mode.
Why are these
You know
people
what? I want
such
to watch
crap
these guys
cameramen?
sandblast something, but I won't be able to see anything from here. All right, let's go back to Darren. See if his police ever arrived.
So we're watching the incident that led up to the court case. He's maced the guy. Have we had enough of watching that?
Everything? I can't discuss it.
I can't discuss it. Hey, Audit Buster.
No, I'm not. No, it's not. This is West Lewis Street. Sure. All right, man. Dang, you went to Darren mode quick.
Yeah, 5 days the trial lasted.
What are you gonna call the cops for? Keep your distance, man. Get out of my face. Get out of my fucking face. I'm telling you, get out of my face, man. You want mace? Is that what you want?
You get off his property.
No, I'm not on your fucking property.
Get off his property. This is a private road.
This isn't a private road.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I will mace you, dude. Is that what you want? Get out of my space, dude. I'm telling you.
I'm not touching you.
Does he really need to get that close? I mean, SGV had his aim at about 5 yards, I think.
Fucking Darren.
Don't touch me with that. Get that out. Get that out of here. Don't touch me with that.
Yeah, cambacks.
Get out of my
They
face,
don't like
man.
cambacks, do they?
I'm not gonna move. This is private property. Get the
But
fuck
let's
out of
face
here.
it,
I'm not
at
getting
the
out
end
of
of the
here.
day, it's all
Chachi.
about
Look at this guy.
creating the scene to create a scene that people are going to watch. This guy really looks like he's a threat to him.
Yeah, trespassing. 280 West Lewis Street.
So called him out for
There's a
trespassing.
man video recording,
Well, he wasn't
my
charged
business,
for trespassing.
And the road is West Lewis Street. It's a private road.
Yeah, I mean, if more people knew about First Amendment auditors, they would probably just leave them the fuck alone, because that's probably the best thing to do. But
he's wearing a black Dickies shirt, blue jeans, and Converse. Yeah. Yep.
Hank, right?
No, sunglasses.
Long Island audit. If we're talking about the Danbury case,
I'd rather not say.
there is nothing on the Danbury case.
I know, but he's right here.
Nothing on the Danbury case.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Rumours
He's
of.
holding up a mace to my face.
No, I'm not.
So I'm looking at a screenshot of the case. It says it was accurate as of August 23rd, 4:50
that's not my business.
a.m. So the information on the case accurate
he has a mace
on
out
August
and
23rd at 4:50 a.m. and the Danbury case is still showing jury trial 29th of September 2022.
Okay, thanks.
So, and that matches, I see I Am Poster has just put that in chat. So, any rumours about plea deals or whatever, I think are probably discounted. And I don't know where those rumours started. Obviously, I do try and bring you accurate information. One reason why I didn't release the Good Citizen News arrest yesterday was basically we're waiting information. We're waiting for information on the charge.
Get out of my face, man. Get out of my face.
Hang on. There we go. There we go.
Fucker.
There we go. All right.
I told you.
Sorry, I know I've kept you for, well, the video's running for 27, 28 minutes, but I just speed it up for a bit. But just wanted to really put it all into context, the lead up to the event. So this wasn't the first guy
Get out of my face, man.
who objected to them being
Get out of my face.
I mean, I know we can't see the angle, but it doesn't seem to me that he is a threat to slow.
Get out of my face, man. Get out of my face.
Point.
Fucker.
No evidence there.
I told you to get out of my face.
The guy threatening him. I mean,
get out of my face, man.
If it is public land,
get out of my face.
And there is no trespassing.
Get out of my face, man. Get out of my face.
They both got a right to be there.
Fucker.
I don't think we saw any move by.
Get out of my face, man. Get out of my face.
The guy getting into his face.
Fucker.
To deserve a macing.
I told you to get out of my face.
In this instance,
doesn't matter. You're in my personal space.
A prosecution was taken. Right. So, guy has now been maced. So, whatever happens now, which is struggling, I felt threatened.
Shit, you've been standing there for 20 fucking minutes.
I felt threatened.
He felt threatened.
If you want more, get closer.
I mean, the guy is of no threat. Yeah, Deborah is today. I will keep an update on Deborah.
I never want to mace anyone, but this fool wouldn't get out of my fucking space.
Hi, commentator auditor. Sorry if I haven't noticed anyone coming in. What's still assault, John? Who's in whose personal space, John? John the lab man. Who's in whose personal space? Who owns that personal space?
There's the first Darren.
This is why auditing, has got so big. I'm amazed at the channels that have, between the 100,000, 200,000 subscribers. Oh, Audit Buster, I agree. I'm asking John. John is saying, oh, it's an assault by the auditor. Sorry, John. I've misread you. There's no such thing as personal space. I do apologise. I do apologise. I was trying to find someone to fight.
That wouldn't leave me alone, man.
And I read it incorrectly. No, sorry, John.
It's a public street.
My apologies.
Douchebag.
I didn't read it correctly.
Go away. How about that?
You're quite right. My apologies, John. Again. I sometimes expect to have
should go get some milk or water.
View that on the auditing side, because there's obviously a lot, but they do seem people who are addicted to personality.
Do it, Darren.
And
do it, Darren. How many cameras do I have on me, guy?
Well, there's a simple way. You just tell everybody what you're doing here.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, John.
Sure thing, Darren.
Where's B? Can't who get arrested for that?
Good. I'm glad he got everything on camera. Good.
He's glad he got everything on camera.
Of this guy harassing me, not getting out of my personal space. I was trying to walk away and back up. This guy kept following me, get in my face.
Have I confused everyone by having a go at John incorrectly? That when we're saying he should be arrested, if you believe, if you're stating that the person who got maced did anything wrong, please state that in the comment.
Reg Crispy, how's it going? Melissa, K-Do, what's up, everyone?
Yeah, but Audit Buster, I mean, there have been maces that most of us would think that were unreasonable and charges
this guy just got
and
maced.
Prosecutions should have followed, but they haven't.
Because he wouldn't leave me the fuck alone.
They haven't been. I'm not sure. Is the
DA
DA going to drop SGV's macing? Possibly, because the woman did assault him, but is the mace a reasonable reaction to what happened to SGV? As I say, we're in California, which does seem to have slightly more
police
liberal and get away with it laws than other places. We haven't seen this macing carried out in Texas, say. DeBow, hang on, SGV case was dismissed. Well, as far as I'm aware, it was never filed, so I don't think it's been dismissed. It wasn't filed.
Yep.
All right. Hey, buddy. Right here. Mind coming over here with me? Go ahead. Take a seat. I'll talk to you.
Right.
What happened?
This guy wouldn't leave me alone. He kept getting in my face, putting his phone in my face, following me. Tried walking away. I told him, leave me alone, get out of my personal space, more than 10 times. And he just would not leave me alone. as I was leaving, so I had to mace him. I was feeling threatened.
Okay. Do you work around here?
No, I was checking everything out. This guy saw it all too.
So like you were walking around and checking stuff out, and he just came out.
Came out and said, "This is what you're doing is illegal. It's a private road. Blah blah blah."
Yeah, we'll talk to you in a second. Okay. And where'd he come out of? Here?
Right over there. He was in that van with the open door.
So when he came at you, how close was he to you?
In my face. He touched my camera multiple times.
Okay.
Is
it on?
He had his camera just like this, right in my face, trying to like.
Okay.
And then I tried backing up, and he just kept following me, putting his phone.
Is it on? And
Yeah.
running?
Yeah.
Can we review the video?
This one's live right now, so I can't really turn that off.
Well, yeah, I just want to see what you're telling me. He came up and got in your face and all that, so that's why I'd like
Yeah.
to see on your video since it's running.
He
right?
said he has cameras too. This one's running.
Okay. Okay.
See,
I got it for you.
this one's live. The importance of the income stream.
Sir?
Hey.
How's it going? Officer Del Green, Ventura Police Department. You mind kind of running me through? I know you just talked to him, but you mind
Yeah.
kind of what happened?
I was walking around recording on the public street. This guy came out of that white van.
Okay.
Told me what I'm doing is illegal and everything, and started getting in my face with his phone. I told him to back up. I backed up myself. I told him to get out of my space a bunch of times. He touched my camera. He followed me all the way to the corner. And I told him the last time to get out of my face, and he wouldn't leave me alone, so I sprayed him.
Did anyone see a touch of the camera?
This is the mace right there.
Did anyone see a touch of the camera?
While we're talking, mind if I grab that from you real quick?
Yeah, go for it.
Actually, that's a bit chilly like, isn't it?
No, there wasn't.
Gotcha. Okay. No worries. I'll
Say things about 4 times.
Over at the recycling place. Looks like it might have been.
Yeah, that was me. I was over there.
All right. Mind telling me kind of what you're doing? Looks like you got.
I'm a tourist. I'm a tourist. I'm just checking stuff out. That's what I do. I like to go around, see new areas. So.
Liar.
For sure. And so is that you just filming?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
Mhm.
Any reason in particular, or you just kind of?
Thanks, Big
I
D,
like
G
to-
Fields, Rush,
Not illegal to film people.
Art,
So I understand that.
Randy,
Not trying to jam
I am
you,
Poster
so-
7, Kim,
Yeah, no, I was just recording.
Timo.
That's it. Nothing.
So I understand that's something.
Yeah.
As
no
far
one
as where you're
has
at,
said yes. The guy with the camera is a bit touched.
It's West Lewis Street. I looked it up. It's not.
We can
Paul Berry.
handle that in a second.
Yeah.
But, I don't know if my partner got a name from you. Do you happen to have a name? Any idea?
No. If he wants to do something,
Deb,
you can
yeah,
just call me Observer.
I mean,
Observer? Okay.
Yeah.
the problem
Is
in
that because you don't have a government
California
no, I have a
is
government. ID. I just prefer
they're
not to until we
liberal
see
as regards
if you're gonna
trespass.
what happens.
Gotcha.
Not that I'm not cooperating. I told you everything that's going on, but
But
if
that
I don't need
doesn't-
to, I'm not going to. You know what I mean?
I do.
So whether he'd have been arrested for trespass,
So give me
who knows?
1 second right here. Let me check my partner
Sure.
real quick.
Audit Buster sent me an email.
I'll stay here.
I'll look at that after the stream, Audit Buster, unless it's unless you say it's urgent.
Red Crispy, thank you.
Cops seem to be doing quite a good job here, as far as I can see. I am Poster 7. Yes, tourist equals somewhere I don't belong. I haven't looked yesterday because I haven't looked at the DHS memo for a little while, and I'm not sure if Good Citizen News was looking at the DHS memo on the wall. Oh, Audit Buster, you want to come up on the stream? Right, hang on. Let me. Right. I'm going to email
Can I get your
you
name,
a
sir?
Can I get your name?
invite.
No.
Well, we're gonna need your name because obviously you're involved in this incident where you sprayed the guy.
If I'm gonna get arrested or something, I'll give my name.
I haven't said that, but obviously we're just trying to identify
Right.
people.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't need to give it until I get arrested or booked. So
Okay, so you understand though, if you refuse to give your identification to us or your information, your ID, and we do place you on arrest, and there's going to be an additional charge of you resisting delaying the investigation.
sure.
Okay, I just want to be clear, right? I'm just trying to be cool about this, right? So obviously there was an issue between you and him. That's where we're at.
Can I get your name though?
Officer Metz,
Metz. What about your badge number?
422.
Thank you.
Oh, I've just had news. Alex,
You can watch
thank
the
you,
whole
Alex.
incident live on live stream.
What
That works.
what time
do you have a
docket,
phone on you?
Alex? Is
Right.
it likely to interfere with this?
If you have a phone on
or-
you, can get your phone out. I'll give you
But
the.
is it going to be we'll be able to
You can
review
rewind
what
it.
happened before?
Yes. You
Right,
can rewind the whole
okay.
thing.
I'm
Okay.
just looking in. Yeah.
He's over there? Okay.
Right. Okay.
He's
We
over
might
here
have to
talking
interrupt this
a,
broadcast or
a wit.
this stream. I do
Okay.
apologise for interrupting this because we haven't got to the trial, the
We're waiting
court
for
docket
Marquetti
yet.
and then getting the statement and going from there.
But I better go
See, man.
and find
You don't even know what weapons or
the
anything on you,
Burgess.
right,
No. You
Okay.
guys have the mace.
I know you gave him the pepper.
Yeah.
spray on that.
I'll take this off.
That's fine. Your camera back?
Yeah, it's batteries and stuff.
and commit contempt of court, maybe. So I'm just looking for the
So I just put my bag on the ground.
Burgess matter. I might do a second. I might do a static or a second stream on Slough County. At least we got a stream to watch him
Am I being detained right now?
committing the offence.
Yes, you are detained for the investigation.
Okay. What crime?
What was a possible crime?
Possible crime?
The
What crime?
spraying in the face with mace. So we got to establish.
It
I know
self-defense.
you said you felt threatened, so my partner just told me obviously there's some video of it. We're just gonna confirm like what actually happened before we move further, but you are detained for the investigation.
All right.
Right, where's my link to the?
Was there anybody else out here?
No, he wasn't even out here. Unless he has a camera that he watched it on, which I don't see, but
Right, copy that
So
link.
you're always videotaping the area?
mm-hmm.
Any particular reason?
Go here,
Out checking it out?
paste and go.
And Wildfire's here. Do you have any injuries? Did he injure you
No,
in any way?
no.
You're not injured?
No.
So I know you did say he like touched the camera.
Yeah, he pushed the camera back. 3rd unit on scene.
Yeah, that's our supervisor.
Supervisor?
Right, well, I've got the Minnehaha court up now, and it's saying not currently in session, so I'll just keep an eye on that, and we'll continue with slow.
The victim of the spraying is over there.
And let's see if Audit Buster, I'll add you in now. Welcome. So medical came. If anyone else is watching the live stream, I will keep an eye on that chat.
Peanut,
If
appreciate you. Thank you.
it goes live, but for me,
Talking to the
it's
viewers.
showing the court is not currently in session.
Is there a PC?
Hey, Frog, can you hear me okay?
I can, yeah.
So there is a specific section in the penal code, and I don't know.
Yeah, I've
off
got
top
the,
of my head, but I know there's a specific section that is in relation to using pepper spray on somebody, and there is language in that section. And I'm sorry that I don't know the exact section right now that we're talking, but I can look it up. But I know that in order for somebody to use pepper spray,
So
they have to like
just as a couple of updates, the last time I checked on SVG, he had a court date later on this month. I think it's about the same time that Long Island Audit has his court date.
Right.
I think it's around the 25th or it's the 25th through the 29th. I would have to look it up again, but he is still facing a felony assault charge in California.
Yeah. I mean, yes, he turned up to the court and they hadn't filed anything. That doesn't mean it's dropped and shouldn't be seen as a conclusion, should it? You know, it's possible that it will be dropped, but it's not dropped. And the other one, before I restart, I was just going to mention, because I have paused it there. I mean, very good cop. They don't have to quote the exact section of law which these arseholes asked for. He's just got a vague memory of the statute. And that's what he's saying. I mean, it's how can they expect the cops to carry the whole penal code in their brain?
Well, that's the problem with these frauditors, right? They like memorize little bits and pieces of different statutes, and they just recycle them ad nauseum. But the problem is they don't read the whole statute.
Yeah.
Now in California, California has very strict laws regarding pepper spray and mace. And the other thing is it can only be used in self-defense. In Texas, Texas is a completely different state with completely different laws. And typically Texas has what we have in the U.S. called the Castle Doctrine, and the Castle Doctrine is stand your ground. Basically, it's stand your ground, and the Castle Doctrine expanded, right? However, even then, you have to prove, even if you want to file a stand your ground claim, you have to prove to the court that you actually did in fact fear for your life. Now, in this case, this would go down as assault because there's nothing that says the guy has to get the guy filming him was making no threatening moves. He wasn't making any kind of threatening gestures or anything like that. He was just really close and filming the guy, which, well, it is perfectly okay by these First Amendment audit standards.
Yeah, I mean, the issue we've had in California, though, is this pepper spray has been used quite a lot. You think about how many Masons there have been, but people have got away with it. Now, at least, well, we obviously know the conclusion of this case. Well, let's say he didn't get away with it. Shall I start the video again? I did notice in the chat, yeah, the criminal code, they do have it in their car, but even then, they don't have to refer, they can arrest someone on reasonable suspicion and sort it out once they get to the station.
Exactly.
It's not.
They don't have to quote the charges right then and there.
No. It's their reasonable suspicion of a crime. Right. Let's restart the video.
Like in your case, like you stated that you felt threatened.
Yeah.
Or you were like trying to avoid some sort of conflict.
Fourth unit on scene. Okay.
So, yes, that is the penal code section.
Okay.
That we would be investigating, and or like possible misuse if it comes to find out that you did misuse it or whatever.
All right.
That's where we're at.
So you guys can go ahead and clip the video, clip it up, get it up, so everyone knows what happened.
Clip it up, get it out, because we all like spraying
This
people
is
with
Ventura
mace.
Police Department. All right.
Yeah, it's really smart to advertise your crime on YouTube. I'm just saying, it's it's typically not a good idea. You want as little evidence.
Exactly.
But these guys constantly film their crimes and then distribute it out for everybody to see.
But we must keep quiet about them not putting them up on YouTube. We must keep that quiet.
What's that?
We mustn't encourage them not to put it up.
I honestly don't think they have the intelligence level not
Can I
to
get your
do
name,
that.
sir?
Well,
what is it? Ingram.
I think these cops are. I haven't watched this for a year, so yeah. For everyone, this is an event that happened last August. I think August 3rd, last year.
Oh, the cops in this case are handling everything like exactly by the book. They're doing everything that they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, it's the perfect response to a scene. But how much money? Or no, because the cops are going to be on duty anyway. But I always think these guys are, wasting. They're talking about standing up for the freedom, but they're actually wasting taxpayers' money. Look at the response that this has caused.
Oh, I fully
And you can,
agree. They complain about wasting money, but if you look at it, they're the ones wasting the money
Exactly.
because
Everyone saw the whole thing. So
the cops have to respond to these calls. Unfortunately, they just have to respond to the calls. But they wouldn't be there to begin with if these guys would actually follow the law.
Flaky J, I can't tell from your accent whether you're British or Australian. Well, I can tell, and I can tell you I'm British, so you got it right.
Now, just so everybody's aware, listening to the stream and update the frog, Long Island Audit's trial got moved to the 29th.
29th of September, I believe.
I thought it was August. I'll have to re-verify the date.
I'm going to look because hang on, I've got a screenshot of it. Yeah, 29th of September, 10 a.m. Next court date, jury trial.
Yep. So evidently what happened is he requested a jury trial.
yeah.
Which again, obviously, if he's found
Boogie,
guilty in a jury
probably.
trial, that can result in a larger sentence for questioning that trial.
Would you mind?
Yes, it can actually.
Video that you had of the incident.
Yeah, if you have
I
your
called
phone,
just to make
it's
sure.
live.
I called
Hang
and
on,
verified that with
channel
sir,
where
sure.
Sure.
I'm just going to pause that. Say again.
I said, just so I verified it and had the correct information, I actually called the county clerk's office and got the information directly from them.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole Long Island. Well, it came out in Frauditor Troll's stream last night from Long Island Fraudit that he had been found guilty, etc., etc. There could have been some. I don't have all the documents because I would have to go to the Danbury Clerk of Courts to get them all. Now, it could have been that somewhere along the way, the judge was going to rule against him, and in lieu of that, he requested a jury trial. That is possible. So they could have been on the verge of finding him guilty, and then he requested a jury trial instead. That is
Maybe.
a possibility.
Who knows? I mean, you can only speculate. What sort of disappoints me is this rumor went round on, if you call it, this side of the community that something had happened to him, and there's no need for those rumors. If you know, you know, and tell people. If you don't know, don't bother spreading rumors that he may have been found. You know, he did a plea deal or whatever, which is what I was hearing last night.
I was hearing the same thing, and yeah, Kim Crawford just posted. It was Mark Stout said guilty on one count, but
yeah,
I can't find any. There was no update last night on any court document, and then this morning dated the court documents, but it had moved to a jury trial. So there is the possibility that he was found guilty on one count, and he's requested a jury trial over it versus the.
Yes, because some states let you do that, don't they? You get found guilty by the magistrate or judge, and that's your first appeal. So, but who knows? There's no evidence of him being found guilty. So
exactly, I have no evidence of him being found guilty. So right now he's not guilty.
Let's get back to the video.
Yep, let's get back to the video.
Listen to what this cop said
video
here.
that you had of the incident?
Yeah, if you have your phone, it's live.
Okay.
I can give you the channel where it's at.
Sure. You have your
Okay, they were talking about the video.
Phone. It's the channel. YouTube.
Okay.
The channel name
Live
is
on it?
yes.
what is the channel name?
Slow County Observer.
SLO.
Mhm.
Slow
County
County
You have to have the
Observer.
app.
No, all phones are like equipped with YouTube. Yeah. Mhm.
Low County Observer.
Yes.
Slow.
And it's the halfway right now. I'm at 47 minutes, and I started right here. So
when we go to the YouTube channel, we'll be able to like rewind it back to like where all this occurred.
Yeah, you just use your finger and drag it along
So
the
we're obviously
timeline.
just trying to get like your
Is
style.
it this one?
Yeah, that's me.
Click on it.
Yes. And the one that says live right now.
This one right here.
Yes.
That's the guy that's talking.
I want to see this.
So we drag it back to 47 minutes. We should be.
This one. Oh, watching now.
Yeah.
You're right. All right.
So he's
It's about halfway in between.
he hasn't made it
Oh, yeah.
difficult for
Here,
the
look,
cops
watch
to
out.
investigate his crime.
No, this is just. That's
So
like
you have to
it.
drag your finger along the timeline.
I got you. And is it which camera?
All cameras are
all
rolling.
This
Yeah.
is only going back 30
He's got
seconds.
He's got a GoPro, the phone.
This
the
one only goes
probably
back like
streaming
30
it,
seconds.
And then the,
So if he's
Maybe
got
you do
lots
need
of
to have-
cameras running, why is the live so
They're
important?
surrounding me.
Hello, sir.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm
Hi,
okay.
I'm Sergeant Marchetti, Ventura PD. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Okay. Just so you know, right now, the officers have tried to get your information. It sounds like
Yeah.
we haven't got that yet. That is what it is. You have what looks like some nice camera stuff.
Yes.
Okay. I've seen one side of the video. I don't know if you've shown the other side of the video.
I'm trying to
It's only
give
going
them
back a minute.
the info.
Okay.
This is live, so I can't rewind it. Or
That's fine. What I'm going to ask you to do is hand the camera to one of these officers. I'm telling you right now, you're under arrest.
Woohoo!
Give to him.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else on you that's sensitive camera equipment, something you don't want broken, anything like that?
For the GoPro.
Okay.
Is no problem assuming.
Step back.
Thank you, cop. Right, that's it. I don't think we need to replay the arrest again. Now.
Hey, what's up, guys? Long Island Audit
Oh
here.
my giddy aunt, Long Island Audit. Don't want that. Right, I'm going to stop sharing the screen and start another screen. So share screen, Chrome tab,
And in all honesty, in this case, he should have been charged with something, whether it was assault or simple assault or battery or something like that, because he maced the guy for no reason.
yeah. Is the
So-
court? Yeah. So the hang on, I just need to rearrange this because we're blocking the. There we go. Right. Is that clear? Can people read that?
Yeah, I can see it.
Right. So Gabriel Rico Rosas has had court for a number of days. His trial, let's have a look at the docket dates. So the docket in August started on the 16th. Is it going to go there? It's possible I am going to have to turn on. There we go. Sometimes I have to say I'm in the US. Oh dear. That didn't go very well. There we go. Right. So jury trial started 16th of August 2022. Case number 2021-020354. Case status: convicted. Offence level: misdemeanor. Now, some of us may think that that should amount to a felony, but that's a misdemeanor in California. So we can see that the trial continued through the 17th. People's exhibits. All prospective jurors present, with the exception of juror. So as Vardy. All parties present. Jury. All right. So we had a jury selection. They went through. Jury selection. Jury selection. Then there's no. Oh yeah, there is time. So we're at noon now. So it looks like jury selection was completed by the 17th of August. So the jury was sworn in after lunch on the 17th. This is I mean, I wish we got this information. Obviously, we haven't got the exhibits, but we can imagine that included in those exhibits were his own videos. All right. On to the 18th of August. People still presenting their case. Ah, that's an interesting one. I don't know if is my mouse appearing on the screen, but midway through the docket description, we've got the court addresses counsel regarding a note received from the bailiff with information provided to him by seated juror number 1, stating his concern regarding a conversation he overheard in the hallway between defence counsel and his client. And so juror number 1 got excused. And an alternate jury, I wonder what he heard. Anyhow.
Well, typically during a trial, anybody on the jury is not allowed to talk to anyone outside the courtroom regarding the case. So if one of the jurors was caught talking to the defense, especially the defense lawyer, right? So if one of the jurors was caught talking to the defense lawyer, that's an automatic dismissal from the jury. Depending on how flagrant the.
But it appears he didn't seek out to speak to him. He just overheard something. And what he overheard obviously caused him to tell someone else.
Yep. And that's a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, the excuse, but who knows what was said? It was obviously sufficient to make him tell someone else. It wasn't like good morning or something. Right. So we've moved on to the 19th. We've still got exhibits being played, transcript of body camera recorded. I mean, the cops' investigation on the scene seemed perfect to me, or as perfect as it can be. Oh, apologies for that. That's my phone ringing. We can stop that. Sorry about that. Put your phone on silent when you're live streaming. So we're now through the 19th. Still people's exhibits. Sorry, I'm just strolling through these. Just check Mark Burgess. Nothing happening there. Go back to the docket. So they started the case, as far as I could see, on the afternoon of the 17th. And we're now.
People are wanting you to zoom in a little bit.
Are they? Okay. Thanks for telling me, because I am. Navin said I need to get another screen when I live stream, and he's possibly correct. Is that better, people? So we're looking through, just because I've basically spoken about it as I've been scrolling through it, but we basically started looking. You can see from the docket dates, started on the 16th, jury selected by lunch on the 17th. There was that interesting thing about a juror being excused after being selected. juror number 1, by memory. And we're still in people's case on the 19th. So you can see we don't know what we obviously don't know what these exhibits are, which is why I've gone through them pretty quickly. Right, on to the 22nd. So that was yesterday, Monday. And so this one I'll go through a little more slowly. Hang on, what's happened there? 19th. Did I miss something? Did he not defend himself at all? Oh no, there we are. Sorry, I did miss it. So the defense, so people rested at around 10 a.m. and the defense commenced around 10 a.m. on Friday. Oh, he testified himself. Shame no one was there to witness it. That's what we're hoping Earl will do.
That probably sunk his case.
I mean, yeah. So hang on. So his defense, look at the time. So it looks like somewhere around noon his defense rested, and somewhere around I've just got audio from the court. I'll keep that in my background. Hopefully you're not receiving that, and I'll hear if Mark Burgess is called. So I'll try and keep an eye on that. But we might have to switch to Mark Burgess at some point. Right, so his defense started. So what time? (9:00). So his defense appears to be him in the witness stand for about 3 hours after cross. So, I mean, no, people rested. So it's less than that. So 10:30 till noon. So his whole defense was an hour and a half. And we saw the length of the prosecution because it started midday on the... Right, I'm listening. In my ears, I have the Mark Burgess trial. So I may be a bit distracted as I'm going through this, which I apologise for, but I don't want to miss Mark. So his defence was so short, and just him by the looks of it. So So 9 a.m. the jury resumed its deliberations, but did they deliberate at all on the 19th?
It looks like they did. On the 19th, the jury's retired to the jury room to deliberate.
What time was that?
Well, it just says a docket date.
Yeah, that must have been right at the end.
That is right at the end. They
Yes.
won't dismiss the jury till after the.
Yeah, so they didn't start their deliberations by the looks of it until the Monday. So they listened to a trial which commenced after lunch on the 17th by memory. So we got half a day, so 2.5 days. And they deliberated for under an hour and returned to the courtroom with a verdict. And hopefully people can read it, but I'll read it out. The verdict of guilty as to count 1 is read by the clerk, filed and incorporated herein, pursuant to Penal Code 1465.8. Each violation resulting in conviction will be assessed a $40 security fee, a criminal conviction assessment fee of $35, and $30 for every conviction for felonies and misdemeanors will be imposed. The defence asked the jurors to be polled. Never really understood that one, especially in a little misdemeanor case. Right. Defendant waives his right to be arraigned at time of sentence and indicates there's no legal cause why judgment should not be pronounced. Right. The imposition of sentence is suspended. Now, when I first saw this, I thought this related to any jail time, but we'll go through this. So he was released on conditional revocable release for 12 months. Obviously, classic probation. Consent to a search. So he's lost lots of rights. He shall not own, possess, have under custody or control or immediate access to any firearm, ammunition, oleo capsicum, so that's pepper spray. Oh, I should have gone to the next line. Pepper spray or tear gas, pursuant to section 22810 brackets A. That's going to mess up his drama. There's the complaint. He is directed to stay away from West Lewis Street in Ventura, California. He's directed to pay the victim restitution. The amount is to be determined by further order of the court. So he's got to pay the victim some money. He shall pay a fine of $150 to the state restitution fund. And this is the one. You are ordered to serve 45 days in the Ventura County Jail. And I think this is where the suspension. No, it's the next one. Defendant is entitled to credit for time served of 1 day. So he's got 44 days, I would think. Now, this is where the suspension is because I think it's the imposition of the 45 days. He's got to report to the sheriff to begin his jail sentence on the 24th of October at 7 p.m. He accepted probation, and that is the end of the docket. So we conclude slow, and I think we can conclude slow. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to watch the chat and look at the docket, so if anyone said anything to chat that I haven't responded to, I apologize. But he's lost the ability to create drama on his videos. He puts out a hell of a lot of videos, does Slow County Observer. I don't really only ever really watch them when there's an arrest or something happens. The judge is still talking on the Mark Burgess case, but I will start sharing that screen now. Stop that screen. Obviously, we're waiting, going to wait for Mark. So if there is anything on, let me have a look.
Yeah. So basically, in this case here, he has a 1-year probation. And if he violates his probation, then he'll get up to 44 days in jail. On top of that, he has all the fines and penalties, and he has to pay restitution to the person that he sprayed, which is kind of common in these types of cases. But he definitely was found
You are
guilty
not
of
a
it.
citizen of the United States. The conviction of a crime may carry with it the consequences of
But he has to
deportation,
report to the sheriff
exclusion
on
from
that
admission
on
to
that
the
time,
United
at that
States,
time.
or
So I'm not
denial
sure
of
the sentence is
naturalization
suspended.
proceedings, all pursuant to the federal laws of the United States. Accordingly, if you are not a U.S. citizen, you do need to visit with an attorney about these issues before you can enter a guilty plea.
Oh,
Some of you
sorry.
are present here today because a motion to
I've lost
revoke was
some,
filed in your
I
case,
need to come
alleging that you
off
violated the
a
terms of a
VPN,
previously
'cause otherwise I
imposed
think that's going to
sentence.
be
If that is the
quite
reason for
a
your appearance
bad.
today, all of the rights that
Let
we
me see
just
if that
discussed will
improves.
apply to you, except for
How
what I
is
will
the
talk about
stream?
now. You do not have the right to a speedy public jury trial on a motion to revoke. Instead, you've got the right to have what's called an evidentiary hearing before a judge. At that hearing, the state does not need to provide proof beyond a reasonable doubt that you have violated the terms of your
I'll
sentence.
take you off the screen.
Instead, the state just needs to provide enough proof so that a judge would be reasonably satisfied that a violation did occur. You do have the right to an attorney on a
Can
motion
we
to
spot
revoke.
him in the
The
courtroom?
right to confront and cross-examine the witnesses against you, the right to subpoena witnesses on your own behalf, the right to be presumed innocent, and the right to remain silent.
Okay,
Do I have
Nathan.
any attorneys with just one case?
You're going to come in. Hang on.
I have Rachel Neese here for a warrant hearing.
Novin, I'm just creating that link and I'll DM it to you. So we're going to be joined by Novin Johnson in a minute.
Great to have him on board.
So I'm not very good at multitasking, so which is why I don't really do live streams. But slow, I thought slow deserved it. The actual. Can we see Mark in there? Novin, I've sent you the
All right,
link.
we're on the record in state of South Dakota versus Rachel Neese. These are files 20-5985
Who is
and
Mark Burgess?
20-8863.
Who is
Ma'am, are you
Novin
Rachel
Johnson? Yeah,
Neese?
I am.
All right,
that's
I'm
more the
showing that you're
question.
present here today
But who is Mark
on
Burgess?
failure
Mark
to appear
Burgess
warrants that were
is
issued
quite an old
for failing
auditor.
to appear at
He
hearings on
came
motions
onto
to
the
revoke in
scene
these
when he
two
was thrown to the
files,
ground by cops.
and that these are both $2,500
But when
cash
James
warrants.
Freeman
Ms.
visited
Holford,
him.
did you want to proceed?
Yes, thank you. Rachel had previously posted
Hi, Novin.
2,000 cash or surety on each of
Hello.
these files. I'd
Shall I
ask that you
silence
consider
the,
reinstating those
I'll put the
bonds.
volume down on the court.
This hearing was 5 days ago.
Okay, are you able to kind of monitor that while I show something, and then you can? Okay, this is kind of fun. Sometimes it takes a little while for the. So I'll go as fast as I can. Let me share my screen.
Reinstate the bonds given the short time that has passed.
Says, I'm glad this came up. All right, you can see my screen.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Okay, going back to the slow guy, the Slow County guy, and this is God. I hope there's some auditors listening because I want you to watch this, and we may take a. Let's do a quick test. Let's do a quick survey here. All right, this is where Slow was in Ventura. He was on this West Lewis Street, and this is the building. So you can see the little street view. You can see where the street view vehicle traveled, the Google Street View car. It went down west. I think they were right in this area, right in here is where he was kind of located. There's that building. Okay, so this is the parking lot where Slow was hanging out. Okay, so these auditors love to go to businesses and places like that. How do they decide what is public, what is private? I've heard them say that, and Slow said many times ad nauseum during his video that I'm on this is public, this is a public street, this is a public street. The guy kept saying this is our road. But no, of course, Slow, a lot of these auditors, especially people like Slow and some other people, they know the law, they know surveying, they know GIS, they know GPS, they know everything. So what do we have here? We have from Google, We know that the Google car went down the road. All right. We go to the intersection. We will see more than likely a street sign. Let's see if we get to the right place. We can see a street sign, blue, West Lewis. Okay. So let's take a survey. That's all we have down. Who thinks this is a public street, West Lewis Street? The guy, he went down this road right here. 1 for public, 2 for private.
Well,
And
I
while
think it
people
was, I think it was definitely a private road. I don't honestly think it was a public access or
okay,
a public road.
You're going for number 2, even though it has a street sign, which Lowe said here's a street sign. It's got to be public. So we
not necessarily. Even private
I
roads
know.
have street signs.
Exactly.
You're getting 2s in chat by the looks of it.
Okay, well, they know where I'm going. Okay, for you auditors out there, I don't know how you pick these places that you go harass, these businesses and places like that. Maybe you got a tip from someone, hey, this business pissed me off. I don't know what happened, but you choose these businesses out of everywhere, all the places to go. So do this, please. I implore you. If you're going to go audit for your own good, I hope you don't do it. It's more entertaining for us when you don't do this. Simply go to the county parcel or the county mapping site and find this silly thing. Find the location. Now here we go. This is West Lewis Street. There it is right here. You click on this right here. You're going to get well, it went away now. I don't know why it did, but it's a parcel. I don't know why it went away. You saw it was highlighted. I don't know what their little, that did refresh. That timeout. No, please don't take me back to the beginning. I gotta find it again. Oh shit.
Don't worry, Mark's not up yet, so.
Yeah, I think because I had this page up too long and kind of timed out. Let's see if I can find it again real quick. Because I did this last year because I was curious to see, and it jogged my memory that this was that street. I just gotta find it again. It is up here somewhere. Oh, here we go. Okay. There it is. Look, it has a parcel number, an APN, or a parcel number on that. Now, this is the road, mind you. This is the business. That's the business he was harassing. Here's another parcel, and here's a parcel number. So you grab that parcel number if you want to. I'm not going to populate it because I don't want doc Skype. And you go to the web, the assessor site. You put in the parcel number, and there you go. It'll tell you whether it's a public parcel or a private parcel. I can assure you, this is a private parcel. That takes maybe 10, 15 minutes to do some little bit of research on the front end, but he was not on public property. He said it how many times, and the guy kept saying, this is our road. We maintain the road. And he was right. The guy was right. I don't know why. I don't remember how it ended because I think they booted him, huh? Then the police kind of didn't know. The police weren't really sure.
He was arrested for the use of the pepper spray.
Well, sure. But the issue was, and the police during that whole video, if I recall, it was a year ago, weren't really sure whether that they weren't really sure. And so last year I called to double, triple check. I called the maintenance department and asked them, the public, I guess the public, the DPW kind of thing, Department of Public Works, who maintains that road. And they said, well, we don't know. And I said, well, how about this? Do you guys maintain that road? Anybody want to take a wild guess? No, they don't maintain the road. It's not a public road. So there's that. A lot of auditors will they use this. They'll say, oh, it's on Street View. Just because the Street View car went down, he might have not known either. He's just driving around collecting data, right? He saw, okay, I'm turning left. There's a street sign. He probably got down to the end and kind of felt like, wow, I may not be on. When he got down here, he's like, I don't feel like I'm on a public road anymore. This kind of feels private to me,
Well, there's also a dead end on that road too. So he probably hit the dead end and turned around and came back. I mean, there's probably a ton of cars that go down that road for various business purposes, right?
Absolutely.
And so the businesses are used to that. What they're not used to is some clown with a camera just going outside and filming their business for no reason.
Right.
It's the same problem that I have with like Agament's Press, right? Technically what he does isn't theoretically illegal.
Hang on. The post offices arguably
Well, the post
are-
offices are
illegal,
yes.
but he just seems to get away with it. I mean,
Uh,
that's one of the problems that.
At most, they can trespass him from the post office, and if he doesn't leave after he's trespassed, then he can be arrested.
Yeah.
But
Well, in this case, you guys are correct because there is a road and park lots is considered open for, an open invitation for business. But you're right. A guy coming out and setting up shop right here with a camera, that's not business anymore. And he's going to sit there, and all these companies will probably pool their money. Like it's the private road, they probably pool their money and maintain the road, have it fixed, potholes and shit. And here's some jackass coming out there and saying, I own this road, I pay taxes, I own this road. And this guy's, I can't believe they kept their composure. You know, as the business owners as much as they did. I'm like, you're on our road, and you're telling us that you're paying for it. You know, it's just a complete.
Yeah, and we've asked you to leave politely,
right.
and you haven't.
Then you mace us. What the fuck?
and
Yeah.
And they just stand outside someone's business, right?
Well,
not
you know
so much
why they
post offices, but they just stand outside someone's business, pointing a camera at it, and in the hopes that the owner, and often the owner does come out because I'm not sure about England, but in the U.S., business owners have somewhat of a duty to safety for their employees, right? So they come out to find out what the guy's doing, and instead of acting like an adult and having a conversation and saying, "Oh well, I'm out and about and I travel around, I'm just getting some photos and then I'll be gone," he creates this whole situation in which he intentionally aggravates a person and then acts like he's the victim in some way.
Yeah, their first response is, usually, I don't want to say aggressive, but it's antagonistic. What does it look like I'm doing? I'm doing what I feel like all this stuff, and it's like, whoa, easy, cowboy. I just was kind of wondering what you're doing outside my business, and they hit him with a barrage of you don't have any rights in public and all this stuff, and it's not really about that. I know a lot of this stuff. Well, it wouldn't suit their case if they handled it in an adult fashion and cordially with the business owners, because the business owner would probably go inside, okay, but they don't want that, right? That's not what they want.
And
I say they. I shouldn't say they. Not all of them are like that. I'm sorry, not all of them, but a good many of them are like that. They want that interaction, and they know full well that that's a natural response of a business owner. Hey man, they go through 364 days a year of just normal business, customers in and out. All of a sudden, they got this weird guy out there. Of course you're gonna do something. Who's not going to? And they want them to just sit inside and not come outside and say, hey, what's going on, buddy? What's happening?
Coming forward from the back. Is that Mark? Hang on.
Yep.
I'm going to my.
It's him on the left. All right, here he comes.
Yeah, here he comes.
Tracy Smith appearing with Mark Burgess in 223904. You can come on that way.
I'm gonna get back to work. Take care, Frog. Thanks. Peace.
Cheers. He looks quite healthy.
I believe he's got dates with Judge Taylor.
He's probably in a little bit better shape after sitting in jail for a while.
Right, I'm gonna.
All right, we're on the record in state of South Dakota versus Mark Burgess. This is file 22-3904. Sir, are you Mark Burgess?
Yes.
All right. Were you present when I explained your rights?
Yes.
Did you have any questions about those rights?
No.
And do you have a copy of the indictment that was filed in your case?
Yes.
All right, you're charged in counts 1 through 7 with misdemeanors. In count 8, you are charged with a felony, so that's the only count I'm going to advise on today. And you are charged with terroristic threats. In count 8, the state's alleging that on or about June 13th of 2022, here in Minnehaha County, South Dakota, that you did threaten to commit a crime of violence as defined by South Dakota state law or an act dangerous to human life involving the use of any chemical, biological, or radioactive material, or any explosive or destructive device with the intent to intimidate or coerce a civilian population. This is a Class 5 felony. If you are convicted, you do face up to 5 years in the South Dakota State Penitentiary and a $10,000 fine. Do you understand the charge against you and the maximum penalty that you face?
Yes.
I will enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, and I'll assign this case to Judge Thieler. Who will have this for the state?
Queen Moran.
Ms. Smith, is this your case?
It is. We already have some dates on other matters. Could I request the same dates?
That's fine with me. Do you
Uh,
have those dates?
Yes, motion plea reset deadline of September 16th, trial reset, October 12th, trial reset, or trial date of November 7th.
November 7th.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Burgess, those will be the dates in your case. Anything further from either side?
No, Your Honor.
All right, we'll be in recess. Thank you.
Well, there we go. Not very interesting. Seems like they've combined some things, and
Good morning, Judge. Tracy Miller.
So we
appearing
may
with
get,
Lakia Oka on two matters.
Well, at least in this case, he has a lawyer.
yeah. I mean, he seems to have. He gets to sit in jail. There's no way he can bail out. So.
Oh no. He's there's no bond.
Yeah. Well, he can't afford the bond.
And that's something I want.
CMGA. Hang on, I'll just answer this one. This was live. You just watched it happen. So, there was an earlier query re the charge that Slow was charged with. I don't know if the person's still in here, but it was a misdemeanor charge 22810 brackets G brackets 1 under the California Code. That's what he was charged with. So you can go and look that up.
Yeah, I think that's their statutes for assault with chemical spray, like mace or pepper spray or something like that.
Yeah.
And I just want to point out for all these frauditors out there, that's like I was watching a video earlier. I haven't got around to putting it up yet. It's just been kind of a hectic day there, Frog. I was finishing up Blue Bacon's interview with Rogue Nation, which again went horribly wrong for Rogue Nation. And then I came across that, like SVG, Bay Area Transparency recently just got arrested again.
Well,
and he's on his channel e-begging for people to pay money for him to get a lawyer.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a simple little trespass misdemeanor up in Oregon. I mean, I'll be interested to know if he actually goes back to Oregon to face it, or if he just stays out of Oregon. Who knows? A piddly little trespass, and you pay for my lawyer. Now, Slow County, he has about 150,000 subscribers.
Do you have a copy of that in front of you?
So if we can work out what he's likely to be making from his YouTubes, plus all the Cash Apps and the PayPals, I mean, it's a nice little earner. And I don't know if he's got other platforms that he's on as well making money. So it's a nice little earner for them. And that's all it is. I think he hasn't put up any video of that arrest, has he? But I think the way he describes it, it was like a parking lot trespass. It's very similar to, the trespass we just watched with Slow.
fail to maintain a financial.
Oh yeah, I mean it's not unclear when they say you're trespass from the property. That includes the entire property, not just the building. It means the parking lot. It means anything that that they own. You have to leave. You're not allowed to be there anymore. And these, I don't know where these guys get their information from.
Well, I don't think they bother. I personally, I think it's the income. The income is more important than what the truth is on their rights. They're able to. I mean, the discussions on DHS memos and Poster 7, they were held years ago, and what they meant explained, but they choose not to listen to that. They just want to try their luck. They get away without an arrest quite often. And it's the interaction, isn't it? This, I mean, I'm surprised that Bay Area Transparency was actually doing a police station, because most auditors have moved away from police stations because they just don't get the interactions that they like to have. Because it's the interactions that make the, it's the angry interactions that make the videos for them. And that's what it's about.
Yeah, Bay Area typically focuses on things like health departments and other such non-public forums in which he doesn't have a right to record in. And that's what a lot of these frauditors don't understand, that in the US we have three specific categories of public places, and all of the courts have ruled that you have the most right in a public forum, which is parks, some sidewalks, not all sidewalks, but sidewalks, parks, streets, etc. So if you're just out and about, you have the most freedom to video, etc., given time, place, and manner restrictions, right?
Yeah.
And what that means is there's a horrible accident down the road, and while you can record it, if you're in the way or you're too close, they can ask you to move out of that area or move back. The police have a right to restrict access to certain areas if they're, say, looking for an active shooter or somebody that was involved in a gun shooting. So there's even still there are certain restrictions.
I'm being asked what courtroom is this. This was the courtroom at which we just watched FTP, Mark Burgess, get arraigned. And there was an earlier question, I thought he had an arraignment on other charges earlier, and you are correct. This isn't his first arraignment in this courtroom. And it seemed that his defense attorney, and he now has an attorney, he's not gone pro se, which is probably good for Mark. And who knows what medication they've got him under on. Hopefully they got medication that is controlling his obvious mental illness. But they seem to have combined the dates now, so that might make it a bit easier for us. Going back to Bay Area Transparency, no surprise that we've had his name for a while. I mean, we've known who he is, but we haven't had the arrests with him. But we tend not to release the name until we've got an arrest. But he would appear to be connected with a felony around the 2004 mark, which is quite a nasty felony. So I think all the aliases match up with it being him. I don't think we've got photographic yet, but it would appear that he's another felon in the community. I mean, and this is the nature of your auditor. Most of them, the vast majority of them.
The vast majority of these guys are prior felons. They have prior criminal records, whether it's gang related or like major assault, drugs, etc. And so it puzzles my mind how they have such a huge following that they do, with people acting like they're being oppressed when these guys, for the most part, have really bad criminal records.
Yeah, I mean, some of them are not so bad. Some of them are, you know, just petty offences going over a long period, maybe, and just, you know, they've got a beef. They possibly can't find that they're not prepared to go burger flipping at McDonald's, and they probably can't find decent employment. So this is their employment. I mean, that's it. They're not standing up for rights. I find it hard to think of any of them that are standing up for rights. Another phone call.
Well, if you look at it, some of the auditors in Arizona are so bad that Arizona has passed a new law.
Exactly. And that's the thing. They are, if anything, they are getting rights taken away as opposed to improving rights.
Exactly. They're getting rights taken away, which is the opposite of what we want.
I've got another phone call coming, so I'm going to have to deal with that. So I'm going to have to finish this in a minute. But I'm just going to go, before I finish, to the Cherokee Nation.
Oh, poor Deborah.
And let's see if there is any update on Deborah. And so I will. I'm just going into the screen now.
This is why you never represent yourself pro se.
Well, she ignored the advice of, you know, a decent lawyer. Juan Galt said, you know, the lawyer that she had, and probably the lawyer was suggesting that she take a plea.
Yeah,
right?
He was.
Right.
And the prosecutor offered her a pretty generous plea deal. Now she's been assigned a lawyer. The judge has revoked her pro se status. And now she has a lawyer.
I'm just trying to work this out. So 10 a.m. and she's 6 hours away from me. So that makes it, yeah, we're past the 10 a.m. point, aren't we?
Yes,
The state has also filed a Part 2 habitual offender information.
So there's nothing on the docket.
6 prior felony convictions. At least one of those is for a crime of violence.
The arraignment is still on the docket, so I'm just going to look see if there's anything in the document, because that's sometimes where we get the information first. And the last document is still yesterday's document, the court minute, the order of the bond revoked. And of course, she is a victim of Chile de Castro. Of that, there is no doubt.
Oh yeah, very much so. I think she would have been better off, but he got involved with her. He gave her a whole slew of nonsense.
I'm just going to switch to that tab to end the stream to show where we are currently with Deborah. So where was it, that one? Right. You know, that is Chile de Castro's work, and he's washed his hands of it.
Oh yeah, he went. Well, actually, no. He posted a video yesterday saying that she got injustice and all that, some other bogus nonsense that he was spewing. I didn't watch the whole thing because it's just unbearable. But none of his arguments were valid.
Yeah, Ben has said it's 11:25, which I think is what I worked out in Oklahoma. So we're an hour and a half into their court. There's nothing on the docket yet. We will. I mean, obviously, I'll update when we get something on that. I mean, she might get out today. Who knows? I mean,
she's probably going to get sentenced today.
Well, maybe. I mean, it is an arraignment, but it's an arraignment on the contempt, probably. It depends if she pleads guilty. You see, it depends what she does with her appointed attorney, doesn't it? Because arguably the attorney now needs time to get up to speed.
So
I don't think surely a judge isn't going to leave her rotting in jail for the silly little, when I say silly little DUI. And I'm not going to call it a victimless crime, because it isn't a victimless crime, because the victim could have been just up the road.
Well, it's so her bond was revoked because she was held in contempt because she refused to proceed with the hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, that's what it says. So that's
the judge he's going to holler back before the court, and he's going to go, now that you've sat in jail for a night, are you ready to proceed?
Yeah.
Now, her lawyer is going to have to proceed with the case, but if she puts up another fight about it or refuses to take the defense stand, and I saw another video on this, the judge is more than capable of throwing her butt back in jail.
Yeah. Now, it's possible that he only appointed the lawyer for the contempt, because that I know we're under the same case, but
well,
who knows whether she's accepted that lawyer? It's probable that she won't accept that lawyer because in her deluded world, she is in this band that is oppressed.
Well, she won't have a choice. See, I don't know how it works in England, but in the United States, you do have the right to represent yourself pro se. However, it's up to the judge's discretion whether or not you can continue to represent yourself pro se. And that is based upon a series of tests of how well you argue yourself, how well you present yourself, are you knowledgeable enough in the law, et cetera, et cetera. You don't have to be a lawyer, but you have to be able to present yourself a reasonable argument, right? At any point in time in the US, and I've looked this up because I went through this with Direct D because he pitched a fit and a half that he couldn't represent himself. At any point in time, the judge can revoke your pro se status and appoint you a lawyer, and you don't have a choice but to accept them.
Because of the danger of the decisions being overturned on appeal. Because you weren't you didn't represent yourself well enough, and that's the reason, isn't it?
That is very much the reasoning. Whether the judge likes you or not, the judge has to allow you to give yourself the best defense possible. And the reason for that is to avoid any kind of bias or appeal that would say, oh, well, the judge, I didn't get a good defense. You know what I'm saying? So it's in the court's best interest to make sure that you have a proper defense, which is why judges will revoke pro se status. Now, if you look at direct, and I had to look this up because Rogue Nation went on about having classes for people to represent themselves pro se. And just to give people on the channel a little bit of information about this, I looked it up. In a federal court, if you represent yourself as a plaintiff pro se, you have a 4% chance of winning the case. 4%.
Yeah. I mean, you're virtually on a loser if you're pro se.
If you're a defendant, you get a 12% chance of winning.
Oh, Tones, I agree with you. I put another comment up that I want to comment on. Yeah, she was trying to take advantage to get out of her DUI, no doubt. Because if you actually read the Kitoa Band's current website, in their court section, they say that people who are charged criminally in another jurisdiction by another tribe, this being the Cherokee Nation of Oklahoma, she's been charged by, they can request the Kitoa Band take it over. And so there would appear to be a procedure for that to happen, and she chose not to do that. She just wanted no jurisdiction. Although when I spoke to her, she said she accepts that she is under she is under someone's jurisdiction. She actually doesn't, because she didn't sort of surrender herself to the jurisdiction of her chosen tribe. I mean, India is fascinating to me, the Indian law, because obviously we're talking about the rights of the pro se dependent. Well, we're talking about that. You sort of know what the US position is, but once you're into the tribe, they are very much, their courts, unless it's a major crime, which the Fed gets involved with, their courts proceed as they want to proceed. It's up to them.
Correct. The the Native American tribes in the U.S. have sovereignty within their own lands, up to a certain degree, right? They're still kind of monitored and regulated by the Department of the Interior. But for the most part, unless there's something really out egregious going on, like human sacrifices or something like that, I mean, the courts pretty much allow them to run without too much interference.
But I think when I was looking at the Cherokee Nation laws, that they actually have a catch-all that if they haven't legislated themselves, and they do have their own criminal procedure, the criminal code, but if they haven't enacted a certain offence that is an offence in Oklahoma, they can prosecute under that offence. So they have a catch-all basically. If they've forgotten about something, but Oklahoma hasn't, we can try that. So they are pretty much allied, I think, with the surrounding areas.
Correct.
Because at the end of the day, because the tribes seem to include so many people who are, let's say, have a fairly small blood lineage to the tribe. I don't know what the percent is you need. It varies by tribe, doesn't it? That you have to have so much blood in you and what have you. But quite a lot of people who are under their jurisdiction are actually pretty American and not pretty Native American, if that makes sense. I don't know if I made sense there.
Hello?
Hello? Have I gone?
Oh, think I'm. Oh,
you're still here. I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I'm gonna bring the Where are you looking up her court documents? Correction 101. Her court documents are on the Cherokee Nation of Oklahoma's. If you look up Cherokee Nation of Oklahoma Court, you'll find them. It's one of the best court sites I've seen, actually. Is there any prior precedence to any cases similar, Bubbo? Well, the jurisdiction over Indians is quite interesting. There's recently been Supreme Court rulings, and there was an amicus brief filed by her own tribe stating that the position of jurisdiction between Cherokee Nation, the Cherokee Band and the Cherokee Nation was still undecided. So it's basically there has been no US ruling on the status of the joint jurisdiction. So it's never. They would appear to sort of get along. They have meetings. The whole Cherokee Nation, so the global Cherokee Nation, which includes the three main tribes, I think. There's another one whose name I forget at the moment, but they do have summits and they do agree things. So it would appear not to be a major issue between the tribes at the moment, because they want their people. Both tribes want people prosecuted for crimes.
It seems to me in Oklahoma, it just depends on who gets to you first.
Yeah.
Because
and obviously, and she has tried to
her.
use the fact that she is in this different tribe to get out of this charge. And we don't. I mean, she did appear somewhat inebriated in the first part of that stop. She was obviously an arsehole with her driving license. We don't know if she was inebriated or not. That will all come down to the evidence. Yeah, it's drugs now, isn't it? Yeah, and they might well use
that she was under a narcotic.
Yeah, they might well use the evidence of her hospital records against her, because she may well have been told not to drive for 24 hours post procedure. We don't know. Yeah, Josiah gets that correct. The issue between the tribes has nothing to do with Deb's case, and that's correct. It's just like she's thrown some mud at a wall and hoped that it would stick, but it hasn't stuck. And at the end of the day,
a valid argument. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you were saying.
I will say a valid argument she could make is that if she feels that she could not get a fair trial in the Cherokee Nation, is that she could have filed a motion for a change of venue.
She did,
and
yeah. She
move it to.
She didn't do that, did she?
No, she did not do that. And she could have filed a motion and said, I don't think I can get a fair trial here due to, I think that you guys are bigoted toward me or whatever else. I want to change this over to the Kitua tribe. And the judge would have heard the motion and weighed the evidence of whether or not she could have gotten a fair trial. You see what I'm saying?
And
yeah, then
and
they could have.
Chances are, if the Kitua band had wanted to take the case and she'd approached them, he probably would have agreed to the change of venue. Probably. We don't know. But probably would have. Because why make an issue of a DUI case?
Exactly. If her band was interested in the case, they could have filed a motion for jurisdiction with the judge.
Yeah, and I've said
evidently they just really don't care.
Well, they don't care because look at her; they don't turn up at court hearings to support her. She has this man who's obviously chilly. Oh, chilly. He's the gift that just keeps on giving, apart from to his victims. Because to me, he's a comedy show. He really is.
He's a laughed right a minute. Well,
yeah.
Anyway, the frog. I've got to go myself.
Yeah, I've got to call this to an end. Thank you all for coming in. So we had Slow. I've forgotten his channel name now. Slow County Observer. 45 days in jail. Conviction at the end of a jury trial. We have Mark Burgess's hearing. We've had updates on various matters. Contributions from Navin. Thank you, Audit Buster. I'll say goodbye to you. Thank you for joining us.
Can I give a shout out to my channel?
Yeah, Audit Buster. Go and like and subscribe to him, as well as subscribing to me if you're not subscribed to me. You pick your finger and you move it over here. You move it over here. You move it to that. Yeah, doesn't take a minute. Sorry, I hate doing chili impressions.
Hey, I'm subscribed to the Frog, so look me up. Audit Buster. Some of my guys are already in your chat, but hey, we do all we can to try and curb this behavior that's going on out there. So thanks so much for having me on.
Yeah, and thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later. Good evening from the Frog, and probably good. What time is it? Well, for some of you, it's still good morning, and for others, it might be good afternoon. Thank you for watching.